Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today I'm going to be going over the new Gems of War Mythic of the Wild King, as well as doing a key opening for and going over a few teams. So as far as this thing is concerned, of course, it is in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests for this week only, all the way until next Friday reset. Then we'll be in the drop table with everything else. As far as this troop is concerned, it is actually not horrible. So what it does, it is a enrage all allies. Gives them a bunch of attack, and then creates a mix of yellow and skulls. There's actually a troop that does something pretty similar, of course, and that is Wild Queen, which does a mix of skulls and green while doing some other things like particularly steal an attack and giving it to your first slot. He does not have any way to steal it from the enemy, though he will be giving you overall more attack to every single one of your allies. That enrage can also be pretty useful, as he is one of the more viable ways to enrage your entire team now. So any kind of enrage synergy can kind of have that. He also gets a Bone Storm at the start of battle, which is kind of nice. And he also has the all Wildfolk allies, gaining a bunch of magic every single turn. Unfortunately, no attack there. You'd kind of think it would be a little bit of attack, but magic can still be helpful. If nothing else, that helps his attack gain. So he does have that going for him. Also, only a 22 mana cost. Great to see. A little bit lower than the standard 24. So it'll be even more spammable. And that's actually exactly how many skulls he creates too. Or a mix of skull and yellow. Anyways, let's go and get this thing, and then we'll go show a couple teams. And of course, the very first one we got to do it with Wild Queen. Anyways, we'll just do it in gem keys. We'll do it 50 at a time, so we can hopefully find it earlier on. Let's see. Hopefully it'll take under 1,000. One can hope. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Summer Imp is now in the drop table. I don't think we had a little thing for it, I just didn't notice. But if I'm not mistaken, Summer Imp season is upon us. It's not really that relevant of a troop to get, but you know, there's weird seasonal ones that are in the drop table. Can you actually give me what we need, though? I know it's in there. It's in there somewhere. We're halfway through. Hey, there it is. Okay, Wild King. So let's go get this guy upgraded, and then we'll go do the teams. Unfortunately, only one. We did get double last time, which is funny, but it can't happen every time. Let's go upgrade this thing. This actually would be one that wouldn't be like horrifically bad to have double on. Not particularly good, but it's also not particularly bad. Anyways, or not. It's a really good troop. I mean, not particularly bad to have two of. It's a really good troop. I highly advise getting this thing. I meant it's also somewhat okay to have two of, though very rarely would you actually need. Like, there's almost no team that would realistically use two. But no, he is very good. Let's see, let's go get this down. And one last one, did it go? We felt like it didn't go, but apparently it went. Okay, there we go. So he's all traded, good to go. Anyways, let's go use this guy. Oh, I probably should have put him into teams before I did that. Oh well, bring up the king. Oh yeah, there's a billion kings in this game, isn't there? There we go. The Wild K. Let's go put him over top of all the Rarity placeholders and go show the teams. Also, this time around, I think we're going to show and explore, because why not? Mostly for our sanity, because gosh, has there been some annoying things in PvP lately, though in all fairness, there kind of always has been. But let's initially show and explore, then we might do one of them in PvP. Anyways, it is now possible to get Pen's Veil to 23 star. I don't believe that does anything too relevant. I think it's just tribute chance, which is still good. No, it's tribute reward, which is the worst one, or the lesser of the two. But anyways, it's kind of like Sword's Edge or something. Okay, start from the top, Wild King. So this one is a pure Wildfolk one, as also pure Pen's Veil, oddly enough. This is a 4 times Pen's Veil team, so we're getting that double 4 times bonus. Technically triple, because we're getting double from the kingdom itself, and then we're also getting the other bonus. So we're getting a lot of bonus right now, overall. 44 Pen's Veil, double 4 Wildfolk kind of thing. It seems to be mostly HP, but we are getting quite a few other stats as well in there. So right off the bat, we're just going to want to take every single extra turn. We're mostly looking to get weapon up, though we already got enchant off of green, so we're going to be good to go on that. Let's see. I think we just want a green search here, so we'll take that. This will give us our full mana on the new troop. So what does this guy do? Well, we already went over it, but now he's at 56 attack, as you can see. So let's go do this. We'll ideally get our extra turn. We do. Boom. King Salinas is actually not here to cast. He's basically just here to give half mana start to our entire team, and then we shall ignore him therefore. So we're going to do that and hope for an extra turn. We did indeed get it. We can basically judge based on what's more on the board, green or yellow, on which one we want to do. Right now it's green, so we can end up going for that. We ended up making a prediction of that he wouldn't die, and he didn't, so we got that correct as well, which is nice, because you still do use Wild Queen that way. You use her to counter out their attack if you think they won't end up dying. so that they'll have a very low attack value so they can't really hit you back. Whereas this guy mostly just wants to keep hitting as hard as he possibly can. There isn't really anything you can do to influence his ability. He just simply does what he does. No targeting, no anything like that, since it's just a buff across your team. We can go remove the barrier if we want to. Unfortunately, we're not really getting a loop going. Ideally, we actually want to kind of go for brown or something here. Oh, he does have the thing. No, I am going to go for this because the barrier is kind of in our way. I'm actually, you know what, we're going to take it out with this. Ideally, don't want to have to cast you, but that will take off your ability. And then we'll simply go, you know what, we're going to kill him, so we're going to go hit the other one. It didn't actually kill all the way, but pretty close, and it was kill him out. Good to go. But there we go, 4 times Wildfolk and 4 times Pan's Veil, all in one singular team. Next, let's go and do a attack version. So this one is going all in on trying to gain attack using both Earth's Fury and the Wild King. So we're using both factors to try to get our mana, or try to get our attack as high as we possibly can, and then using that into a triple damage option here. In this case, particularly the Web Spinner. So we do have Cascade there, so we'll end up going for that. We'll kill that out all the way. We'll go and throw down an Earth's Fury just to get the last little bit of our attack, and to make sure we're really one-shotting. Here we go, have even more. And then we just take a skull, and one more skull will kill him out, and we're good to go. Alright, finally, let's go over this last team here. This one's a cheap team. This one specifically utilizes the attack boost ratio. Gargoyle you'll get from just throwing Chaos Shards at Hall of Guardians, really easy troop to obtain. Their houses here for a little bit of mana accumulation, and then you have the Wild King doing his whole enrage thing, his attack, and you know, spamming a little bit of skulls in there. This one's more so using him for his actual attack gain than his actual skulls, though, oddly enough. However, you can use him for either or, depending on what your team needs. This one is utilizing it slightly more towards the attack stat. Unfortunately, we're getting a little unlucky with purple. We ideally want to get Thrall rolling. We didn't get a surge there, which is also pretty unfortunate, but that will get us rolling. Thrall doing standard Thrall things, as Thrall normally does. Gargoyle's kind of operational, though I do want to go for a poke before we do. He's getting pretty close to dying, though he does have a billion score reduction, so he's putting up some tankiness. And he gets boost ratioed based on all the attack on our team, and obviously we have increased the amount of attack that is currently on our team by casting the, I almost said King Salinas, the Wild King, and just doing his ability. So right here we can go for a double kill and then kill it out with a skull spam, and we'll be good to go. And this should just hit a skull somewhere, hopefully it does, and he dies. I keep wanting to target that like Wild Queen, which is why he hit the troop right there. Anyways, let's go do one more battle. Let's throw them into PvP. Real quick and see what we can do. At least one of these. Let's see, what do we even have? Oh gosh, a Beatrix. I don't know, which one would do best against a Beatrix? Oh no, let's go with the pure wild one. The wild one was kind of cool. So this one gets a lot of extra stats, which in PvP will probably be more noticeable. Though maybe not, because he's getting a little bit too. Oh yeah, we have to deal with freeze. We don't have a good anti-freeze. We do have immune to freeze on first slot, but that doesn't really help us here in this particular situation. I think we still take this 5 times red, even though we lose our turn. Just that much value. He might have alignment. I'm just going to completely ignore it and hope he doesn't. And he doesn't. We have to get a little lucky there. Okay, so luckily this crate's green and yellow, 2 things we're not actually frozen on. In case we miss, I do actually want to take that green preemptively. Actually, so much so, you know what? We're just actually going to go for his ability immediately and just see what kind of value we can get. We're going to get poked a little bit back, but it looks like it's going to be overall fine. We're still frozen there. I am actually going to go for the ability now, though, just to make sure we get the kill. Ideally, we get an extra turn there. The order that it did it in, we actually did not. But we just go for this again. Hopefully we'll end up getting our skull poke. We do. That enrage skull, very strong. We do it again. Boom, enrage skull poke, boom, and then do it again. And do you have score reduction? No, you do not. You're a frost mage. You're dead. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. But yeah, he's a really good troop. Really high amount of skull damage. Probably going to be used on a lot of skull spam teams now. Let's see. We got a life and death weird, like, not die team. We could try the let's try the gargoyle one against it. Let's go back to this one. This will be the last one we do then. Let's go try to gargoyle against this guy. So right here, we're going to take a bunch of blue. Well, because that's pretty much our only option. Ideally, we want purple here. Luckily, he has no way to empower either. So even though we're getting a bit of slow start, he's also just naturally going to get a slow start, as he doesn't really have an option to go quick. I kind of want to take this yellow vertically because of the purples that we have here. However, we're just going to have to do it that way. Try it that way. Unfortunately, did not get the mana we needed. Tried for it again. We did not get anything from Sky. Okay, we should be good to go here, though, because, wait, you do have stealthy, though, right? Yeah, you do. So we're going to have to target you then, and then just have the residual damage poke you down. That should be fine. We are entangled on first slot. Of course, that is the biggest downside to this troop, as well as the Wild Queen. in all fairness, is you really do not want to be entangled on your first slot. It's why on the King Salinas team on our very first one, the one that's 4 times Wildfolk, it does actually have Impervious on first slot using King Salinas. Not the new King, but the one that gives 50% to all Wildfolk. He has Impervious, not this guy, but the other one. And you can end up utilizing that to make sure that doesn't happen. But we'll kill that out. This is basically just a gargoyle team at this point until we get unentangled. Hopefully we got unentangled here. I'm trying to use my ability, but of course enraging and gaining attack on something with 0 attack does very, very little. It's one of the main counters that King Salinas does have. We might kill the whole team with gargoyle before he gets to do anything. Which was not the intention of this fight, though that is kind of funny. Please let me cast. I'm casting it regardless. We still almost killed with that skull spam. And then we just kill with the things. Oh wow, 1 HP. Oh no. Wow, he really does not want to get undone, does he? Well, we did the other ones over again. Let's just do the final one as well. Let's just do all of them twice. One in Explore, one in PvP. Let's just hope he doesn't have kind of a counter to Web Spinner. Oh, that's Fire Bombs. I would like 1 real team, please. Good enough. This is Centurion. Actually, that's a really good team, actually. Luckily, it's a slower starting team as long as Leprechaun doesn't go too crazy. So as long as Leprechaun gets a bad start, we should be okay here. A little bit scary, though, but we'll see. Oh, wait, did the hero have immune to poison? I didn't double check. That's actually pretty relevant. He's Elementalist. Yes? Oh, no, but he doesn't have immune to web, though. He does have immune to poison, but not web. Okay, so that's fine. We do not have a purple to start off with. I'm tempted to take green just to get it rolling. It also gives a Leprechaun less explode. Oh, but he's... Oh, no, he didn't go for it. That's huge. Okay, so we just take this purple. Hope it surges. No, yes, good. It did surge. I thought it didn't for a second. You got barrier on hero, but we just countered it. Web Spinner does 1 billion damage, so he just kills it out. We'll then go and boost our attack. Let's see. We'll boost our attack to 1-shot range. Actually, technically, isn't already 1-shot? No, but we have to do it on Zugoff because he has Impervious. So we'll do that on whoever has Impervious. He'll do his thing. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Okay, we get to kill him here before he gets to think about it. So we'll do that. Zugoff's getting close, so I don't think it's going to matter. Because we just throw and then we likely win. Let's see. Okay, he's full mana. That's scary, but now he's dead. And then we just do whatever, and he's dead again. But yeah, that is the new Mythic. Long story short, this is probably the best Mythic we've gotten all year. Or not probably, it is. As well as than the last year, as well as since, like... I almost want to say since Ironhawk. It has been a while since we've gotten a Mythic this good. But, yeah, I highly advise getting this thing. I didn't think it at first, but after using him a little bit, yeah, he might actually be better than Wild Queen. Not in the context of Guild War, but just as a general, like, which one is stronger kind of thing. Yeah, it's probably him. Main thing that's really useful is he gets a Bone Storm at the start of battle instead of when an ally dies. Obviously, you generally don't want to build around your allies dying in most situations, whereas this thing gets that at the start of battle regardless. He also ends up having a good comeback method, because Wild Queen invests everything all in on first slot, and while it is safer for you to not die at all, once you do die on first slot, if that does happen to happen, it kind of tears your team apart a little bit. Because most of your durability, or most of your offensive capability was put into your first slot, whereas this thing puts it into every single one of your options. So if your first slot dies, well, you have a second slot. If your second slot dies, well, you have a third slot. Your third slot dies, well, your fourth slot has like 1,000 attack. I mean, not literally, but, you know, a lot by then. And, yeah, look at all these bonuses, too. I just want to show this real quick before we end out the video for this very first team here. Also, all teams in the description below if you want to go copy-paste any of them. But look at all the extra stats we're getting. Particularly look at these 3. Also, apparently there's no Wildfolk pet yet. They should add one. But we do have a Pen's Veil pet. But anyways, look at all these extra stats that we're getting right now. We were getting a total of, and this is without the other pet too. This is a total of 38 HP, 23 armor, and 5 attack. And it's not even as high as it goes either. There's a pet that's going to like double all that, or actually triple all of it once we get a pet. That'll be 666 at some point. We just need the pet to finally come into the game, and then it will become 444. And then very soon after, eventually 666. But yeah, that's a lot of durability. And as I was looking at earlier, yeah, it is mostly in HP and armor, particularly HP. So basically just a big durability boost, which is good because that fixes one of the issues with him too, is that he's really offensive and can backfire. So having this extra bit of durability definitely, it basically gives you one whole extra skull of durability. And yeah, not that bad. And of course he has Impervious, which is nice. It gives all of them half mana start. The weapon's just kind of a standard double weapon that works pretty good with it. Hero class a bit underwhelming, but in this context, not too bad. It's immune to silence, some spell reduction, enchant on green, which you'll be getting a lot because you're probably doing that to kind of get things rolling a little. No empower though, but I think Siren's like the only option there, so there's not too much to work with for that. The Siren's not horrible, but still. But anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up for now. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Best of luck if you're going to be trying to get the Mythic on the next week. I definitely advise doing so, as is a very solid option. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone.